Hey beer tubers, it's Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Today I'm going to do a very special treat, a beer that has been out a while now. This is Black Butte 21 from Deschutes Brewery up in Bend, Oregon. Now this beer came out in 2009 and there's a best after date on here of October 17th, 2010. So this bottle has well over a year of age on it, and unfortunately this year's 22 batch, they messed up. They used the wrong chocolate or too much chocolate, and the beer didn't get bottled for public consumption, unfortunately. But they did have it, I think, draft only, which is unfortunate because this is a great beer. The last time I had this beer was Halloween 2009, so I can't wait to try this thing with over a year of age on it. So let's get it open. This wax is, I kind of pre-cut it to help me get this open. And I love that they wax this thing because it just really preserves and really prevents oxidation. Oh, I can smell it coming out already. Prevents oxidation from occurring in the beer. Let's get a nice aggressive pour on this beer. This is a Imperial Porter that they brew with coffee and cocoa nibs. The regular Black Butte Porter is a fantastic regular porter that they do. I'll get to a review of that eventually, but getting a real impressive two-finger, kind of like a light mocha, light brown colored head. You really can't see anything through. I think most of the light I get is just reflected right off this beer. Lots of small bubbles. Great looking beer. Let's get the nose on it. Oh wow. Oh, this is a fantastic smelling beer. This is one of the best smelling beers that I think I've ever had. It reminds me a lot of Parabola actually on the nose. It's got vanilla, chocolate, coffee. You get the oaked. This is bourbon barrel aged. I forget if I mentioned that, but it's 20% aged in bourbon barrels. So you get like dark fruits are in there. The oak, the vanilla, just wow, and it smells like really fresh, which is hard to believe for a beer that's been bottled for well over a year. Just smells fantastic. I think that wax really keeps the oxygen from leaking in and oxidizing out the beer because it smells so fresh. Yeah, there's little like sweet like dark fruits, maybe almost like a cherry on the nose. Just utterly complex. I could probably sit here for a long time getting the nose on this thing, but this has been sitting out 25 minutes, so I'm ready to dig in. I think it's probably at a pretty good temperature right now. So cheers, guys. Oh man, that is so smooth. Wow. Wow, that is fantastic. Oh, this is 11% beer. This is a huge beer. And I can't taste any alcohol right now. None whatsoever. It's so smooth. Wow, a lot of good flavors. Up front, I get like a sweet kind of fruit character. Not even like, I mean, it does have a bit of like a dark fruit, maybe like a plum. But then there's almost like this like cherry kind of, vinous kind of sweet, I don't know, it's hard to describe sweetness up front. Then midway through, like the coffee character kind of comes into play. Some of that chocolate as well. And then towards the end, it finishes with a lot of chocolate and like that bourbon character. You get some of the woodiness, that oak character coming into play at the end. And it's fairly dry, so they probably attenuated it pretty well because it doesn't have a whole lot of a lingering effect, but it does linger like a little bit of like a dark molasses kind of chocolate character, kind of leaving that, and it just coats your mouth so well. So as I sip on it some more, I get more of a caramel character up front, along with the sort of reddish fruit kind of character. I mean, there's some kind of dark fruits in there you typically see in like an imperial, some imperial stouts. But to me, it's I get almost kind of like a bitter cherry, kind of like something you maybe get like in a sour, but not quite sour, more sweeter side. Get the caramel, then midway through the chocolate and coffee really comes into play. Towards the end, the oak, the bourbon oak kind of character, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of that woodiness from the oak come into play along with the chocolate, and then it finishes with kind of like this kind of molasses character. But then it's kind of dry, like maybe you get with like some coffee as well. Just a very, very complex beer. As of recently, I remember still seeing bottles of this beer. This is their 21st birthday. This is kind of like their flagship beers, the Black Butte, and this is their anniversary beer for doing this imperial version. And I think I can still find this around here, so I might have to buy even more bottles of this because this is drinking so well right now. I can't taste any alcohol whatsoever. And I think, remember back in 2009 getting a good amount of alcohol in there. So I can see why they're putting it best after a year after it's been bottled, because, wow, it's completely mellowed out. So as far as a grading on this, I have to go A+. This is such an excellent beer. It's a world-class beer. I haven't had any Imperial Porter like this, and it's so fantastic. Deschutes, they're a great brewery. I've enjoyed everything I've had from them. This is, I believe, might even be my first review of the Deschutes beer, so I will be reviewing more. I have their hop henge. Actually, this hop henge might actually go up before this review. We'll see. Maybe I'll do Deschutes week because I have a bottle of Jubal Ale as well. So it's even leaving some lacing, and you can still see some of the alcohol legs on there, but I can't taste any of the alcohol. One thing I forgot to mention was there is some roasted malt character in there as well that you get with a typical porter. So it's so many different flavors. They all come together really well. You can pick them all out, but they still, there's such a smooth mouthfeel on this one. So highly drinkable. So A+ for Black Butte 21 from Deschutes. Plan on doing many more Deschutes reviews to come. So comment and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.